Hello everybody, this is Jeremy Mateo with In the DAW. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be checking out Ujam's brand new Beatmaker Hype plugin. This is one of their many plugins that they make in their Beatmaker series, each one of them aimed at a different genre of music. If you want to see us cover the other plugins that they make, let us know. We actually have them, but for today we're going to be focusing on Hype, mostly because I actually really like this one. I specifically requested to get a license of this, and it's not because I make electronic music. Hype is very much oriented to the drum and bass kind of style of music. It's really mellow and really cool. But I actually have a indie project that I'm working with a client who's in the middle of mixing hybrid style of acoustic instruments, electric instruments, as well as real drums all together. So we actually used Hype, and it actually really did an amazing job. So let's go over the UI. On the top, you have your presets. We have a ton of them that this comes with, and it'll basically load everything up however you want it. On the left, we have the controls for the kick and snare, as well as the drum kit that we're selecting. And then we have the riser section, which will add kind of like a riser effect to it. Now, the way that this kind of works is really interesting. If you bring this down to kick, it only has kick. If you bring it up to snare, it only has snare. Let's hit the latch button, which is right here, and let's play a beat. It's that simple. Sounds really good, right? Now, after that, we have the mix section, which has different presets, different intensities for the compression and EQ, and this is basically how you can get some cool effects. So once again, let's latch. Really simple and easy to use, which is what I really like about the Beatmaker series. Now, this works exactly like the drum series or the virtual drummer series, where the left section of the keyboard is actually your instruments. And each one of these instruments can either be routed to the master out or the left right, or their individual tracks. So you can do multi-track stemming, and this allows you to mix using your analog gear and using your plugins, which is really cool. Now, for Hype, we have 2 different bass drums, 2 different snares, a clap, some open hi-hats, closed hi-hats, 2 toms, 4 percussion elements, a crash and ride, and then an effects section. Each one of these can obviously be changed to the different drum sets. And you have control for volume, decay, pitch, and filtering. You can solo and mute any of these. And that's it for the instrument section. The style section is the real big part of this. Much like the virtual drummer series, you're able to select what you want, either a verse, chorus, fill, intro, ending, or build-up. But if you go to the top right here, you can actually drag it down and you'll have the MIDI. A really cool thing is that this is fully compliant. So I have not actually set up my drum section inside of Studio One where you can map it out, but it already tells it this is a tom, this is a snare, this is a bass drum, and it follows the changes, right? So I can actually just select the chorus or the fill. This is amazing, and this is something that I've been actually requesting from Ujam to do, only I've been requesting them to have it actually labeled in the MIDI section. This is even better. The key switches, the changes, everything's labeled inside the individual MIDI notes. That's amazing. It works really well with Studio One version 5. Anyway, for the styles, we have a small selection. Let's be honest, this is actually a relatively small selection of styles, but they are pretty good. I really like them. Let's try Breeze. Cool. Let's try Trippy. And let's go for this one. They're similar, but they're different. Now we have the latch function, which will allow us to just click once and it'll hold it. You have the micro timing, which allows you to show how you want the player to sync up, either note on, 16th note, 8th note, quarter note, or song position. You have your speed, double time, normal time, and half time, and your swing controls. all really simple. Now, one of the biggest things that I really like is that you can have every one of these instruments either going to the master output or the individual output. The master output has some presets for some basic effects and basic processing, and you can choose how much of that processing you want in the bottom. So this is a great way of getting some really good tones very easily. And let me show you what I mean. If we do this one right here, this is a preset that I actually really like. And let's grab the drum groove that I made for it. And let's just play it. Okay, so that's how it sounds by itself. Let's actually try using the multi-out, and that is preset 1. And what you're going to see is that my mixer is actually being used for this one. So check this out. Switch back to the master out. So you can really hear a huge difference. This is going to allow you to have a ridiculous amount of control because now I can actually individually process everything. In this case, I'm literally just using an instance of Pro Q3 on like 4 things and 3 instances of Saturn, which is just a saturation plugin, and then a couple of reverbs and effects like that, and that's it. So let's actually check out how this works. I am not a very good electronic music guy. As you know, Kevin is our electronic music person in the channel, but I made this beat super quick just to show you how this does actually work very well, especially if someone like me can do it. So here we go from the start to the end. Cool, so I could easily change the style up into something more aggressive and use that instead, but I went for something really chill because this was something made very quickly with the idea of being relaxing and chill. And keep in mind that you also have the ability to change stuff like the mixes to get more movement and more effects out of it. So you have a lot of flexibility. Overall, the sound qualities of the samples are really good. I'm extremely impressed with how easily I can shape stuff like the kick drum. Let me just play the kick drum and bypass all the processing. That is the raw kick drum. Let's show you what the processing is and show you how it sounds. Without it and with it. That's just Pro Q3 and a little bit of saturation with Saturn. Pretty simple, but very flexible. The fact that I can get that much of a change in the tonal structure with just 2 plugins using an already easy to use plugin means that this has a ton of flexibility and possibilities. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Go on Ujam's website and grab a 30-day free demo. We have all of the other beatmaker and virtual drummer plugins from Ujam. So if you want to have us make a video on those, let us know. And if you like what you see in the video, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. We have a ton of different types of content aimed at different genres of music. Remember to check out our website, inthedaw.com, where we give away free impulse responses. We have free Helix presets for the Line 6 Helix, as well as Superior Drummer 3 presets that we're working on right now. We're also going to start working on uploading presets for plugins like this, so stay tuned. This is Jeremy Mateo within the DAW. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.